afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Live at 4 on this Tuesday. Susan spent much of the day looking out the window watching the snowfall.
The snow was so pretty, unless you, of course, you had to drive in it. It's sticking today, and roads are a little slippery, but finally some snow that stuck for people that are looking for that.
That, of course, is our top story today. We're dealing with another wave of winter weather here in southern Wisconsin. Dana Fulton will join us in just a minute to tell us when this storm will wrap up and how much snow we'll have on the ground when it does.
Abe, you've probably heard this before. COVID cases are on the rise. Today, one local hospital says it has reached the breaking point. Dr. Jeff Potoff will join us live. We'll talk about how UW Hospital is making it work right now.
And we're a couple of days out from the Badgers bowl game in Vegas. Our Lane Kimball is talking to fans who made the trip. We'll tell you who he found. It's all coming up.
Looks like a little chilly in Vegas as well.
In the 50s, I think.
Everybody in sweatshirts. Well, taking a look at the Beltline right now at the Rimrock Road exit. The snow isn't falling too heavily at the moment. Roads are relatively clear, but you can see there's a couple of inches on the ground. Our Brady Mallory will join us in just a few minutes for an on-the-ground perspective.
Let's take a look outside. It's snowing. Just a little more snow, and Dana's in the backyard.
Looks like a snow globe on the patio with the Christmas trees.
It's beautiful snowfall today.
Really, really nice outside. I already broke out the shovel because Gary Canalsi was out here measuring the snow, and we can't have Gary slipping. So please be careful. It is, again, not a lot of snow, but coming down pretty steadily for us right now, and it is getting a little slick in spots. Looking at our Doppler track over the last 3 hours, it has been steadily coming down for Dane County, most of southern Wisconsin, actually, for the last several hours. Already starting to see it wrap up, though, at the very edge of Crawford and Grant County. So that's the end of this storm. It's going to continue to move off to the east. So we really only have maybe about another hour or two left for us in Madison. Things really wrapping up as we get closer to about 7, 8 o'clock this evening throughout southern Wisconsin. Temperature-wise, right at the freezing mark in Madison, 34 currently in Janesville, and 29 in Lone Rock. So this is some heavier, dense snow. Again, I didn't mind shoveling it, but some folks might want to have the snowblower or snow thrower ready to go for this evening. Hopefully at this point you've already broke it out and tested it. Visibility is reduced significantly across the area due to that snow coming down, and we will have some fog later on this evening. So just a lot of weather impacts to our driving conditions right now. Just several reminders to make sure that you're staying safe on the roads. We do have winter weather advisories in effect this evening throughout southern Wisconsin. An alert day still in the forecast for tonight. We'll continue to keep an eye on the snow and the roads. I'll have more updates with the rest of your forecast in just a few.
All right, we'll see you then. Thank you, Dana. And we want to make sure that you have a good idea of what to expect on your drive home. So we're keeping a close eye on the conditions here in Madison.
Our Brady Mallory is live on the Beltline right now with an update on what we're seeing. Hi, Brady. How does it look out there?
Hi there. Well, as you can see, it is wet and sloppy here out on the Beltline. We are headed east, and my fellow travelers and I are taking our time. There are some slick spots, and we are going about, a little over 40 miles per hour just to be extra cautious. Real quick, I want to emphasize, I'm not driving. I have a coworker who's driving, so he is focusing on the road, so I can focus on what to tell you to focus on. I did talk with Dane County Dispatch earlier today, and right now there's no definitive number, but the operator I spoke with says they've been getting a lot of calls. There have been several reports of car crashes, including cars hitting each other, causing, some semi-serious damage, to some rollover crashes and some mild fender benders. No significant injuries reported, though, and we've also had reports of cars sliding into the ditch. I contacted Rock County, but they seemed pretty busy over there, so I'll try to get an update over there. So once again, slick spots, but the biggest thing is the roads are just kind of wet right now, so you'll want to go slower. Drive so you're comfortable. Give yourself plenty of space between cars because, as our friend Dana Fulton says, you may be great at driving in the winter, but you may not be so great at braking right now. So just give yourself space just so, you get home safely and there are no crashes or anything. So we will keep bringing you the latest information on the roads at 5 and 6. Mark, Susan?
All right, Brady, be careful out there. Thank you. And with all of this snow, we're seeing plenty of snow emergencies. So you're going to want to keep an eye on where you're parking working tonight. We've seen emergencies declared in Dane, Rock, Jefferson, and Columbia counties so far. You can see a list there on your screen. Each snow emergency comes with different rules, so the best thing to do to find out what you need to do is to head to our website. We posted all the details there at channel3000.com.
We're just heading into the evening commute right now, and as Dana and Brady both mentioned, we're seeing a few slowdowns on our roads. This is a live look at the state's 511 map, which shows the conditions of major roads across the state. You can see the red. There's a stretch of I-94 between Milwaukee and Madison that is considered ice covered, but most of the rest of our highways are just snow covered, and further north we're seeing some slippery stretches. You'll also spot those alerts on some highways. Most of those are accidents or slide offs. So if you have anywhere to go tonight, or if someone is heading home from work at this hour, just take it slow.
Leave room. The city of Madison's plows are out on the roads right now, and they'll stay out until the storm lets up.
The streets division is prepared to plow the entire city, but right now it's too early to tell if they will.
Fahil Moladin is live to share when we can expect an answer. Fahil?
There is plenty of snow coming down right now for the city to plow, but like we talked about yesterday, it needs to be at least 3 inches for Streets Division to plow all of Madison. That means, at least for the meantime, they're going to focus on those salt routes. That's areas that are major roads used by Madison Metro Transit, and those that lead to school and hospitals. The other half of streets won't be touched until we hit that 3 inches of snow. Those roads are mostly residential, like your neighborhood. City officials say they do have a plan in place for those roads. They don't solve.
We get reports of slippery areas, and we know of the spots that are like at hills and curves and intersections that just need a little bit of material but don't meet that salt route requirement. We will automatically put some sand.
Again, that's if we get less than 3 inches of snow, and those residential roads aren't plowed. Even with this plan in place, the Streets Division says roads will be slippery, and you may have a tough time getting home. So you'll want to take your time, plan ahead, drive slowly, and leave space between other vehicles, and hopefully that'll mean we'll all make it home safe tonight. Mark?
Well, thank you. While road crews are keeping busy in this weather, many people are taking advantage of it, enjoying the snow full force. Down at the Elver Park Sledding Hill, our crews ran into families who are excited about this first real taste of winter weather this week.
Here at Elver Park, the hill is great for sledding, except it's a little fast, wouldn't you say, Ty?
Yeah.
Yeah, he says. If you're headed out to enjoy the weather, remember to do so safely, paying attention to the forecast.
The easiest way to do that is by downloading our weather app. You'll find it for free in your app store. All you have to do is search WISC Weather. It has the latest radar and hour-by-hour forecast, which means you get the expertise of our meteorologists right at your fingertips, and it's a great tool on days like today.
Sure is. In other news, hospitals continue to be at their breaking point with COVID cases.
UW Hospital is now preparing to cut back on non-essential procedures. Our Eric Franke is here in the studio with us with more. Eric?
Well, Mark and Susan, it has become a perfect storm of sorts. Staff members, healthcare workers who are sick themselves due to the more breakthrough Omicron cases, on top of more COVID patients. And now hospitals are seeing more patients who put off routine care during the pandemic. But providers are literally begging you to do your part to give them some breathing room here. That means get vaccinated. The likelihood of being hospitalized goes up if you don't get your shot. UW Health's Jeff Potoff telling us he doesn't believe he has admitted anyone who is fully vaxxed, and that leads to a ripple effect. Elective and other surgeries are on for now, but they're looking at them and they'll be carefully scheduled.
It just paints a pretty grim picture. And I think the important message is this isn't just going to affect COVID patients. This isn't just a problem for unvaccinated people who get COVID. This becomes a problem for that vaccinated, boosted person who gets a new diagnosis of cancer or who comes down with heart disease.
Dr. Potoff advises people who still seek care if needed to get it, but if you can wait for a scheduled appointment, do that instead of going through urgent care or your emergency rooms. Dr. Potoff will be covering more of these topics with Mark and Susan a little later in the show. Also, SSM Health offering some hard numbers. Their hospitals, they've said, have been running near or at capacity for several weeks, but in Madison at St. Mary's, they've been averaging about 30 hospitalizations with another 15 more having a COVID history, meaning that's why they were originally admitted. About 80% weren't vaccinated. Mark, Susan?
Eric, thank you. President Biden says we now know enough about the Omicron variant to lift travel restrictions to southern Africa. This comes one day after the CDC also updated its isolation guidance.
Concerns over a spike in cases and hours-long waits for tests in some parts of the country continue. Deborah Alfarone has more from the White House.
The White House announced it will lift travel restrictions this Friday on these 8 African nations, which were hit hard early by the Omicron variant. A new CDC report highlights a small study suggesting the highly contagious variant has an incubation period of around 3 days and causes less severe symptoms in those who've previously had COVID-19.
The virus is adapting. Omicron is different, very different from prior strains, and we need to adapt too.
This week, the CDC slashed the isolation period for those testing positive for COVID-19 from 10 to 5 days if you're no longer symptomatic. But you're required to wear a mask in public for at least 5 days.
You're most infectious a day or two before you get sick and for the first day or two after you've gotten sick. So it's a reasonable approach to keep our economy moving, save lives.
The airline industry pushed for the change with staffing shortages leading to several hundred more canceled flights. The president's chief medical advisor, Dr. Anthony Fauci, calls the updated CDC guidance a good choice. But the head of the flight attendants union disagrees, saying that it could lead to an unsafe work environment. Long lines also persist throughout the country for those seeking a COVID-19 test.
It makes you want to cry. You feel bad, and then you can't, you just can't get in anywhere.
Chicago public schools are asking students and staff to take a COVID-19 test before returning to classes next week. Deborah Alfarone, CBS News, the White House.
Another concerning trend right now is the number of children becoming infected with COVID. The U.S. now averages 260 pediatric COVID hospitalizations a day. That is up nearly 30% from last week. In New York City, pediatric hospitalizations have risen 5-fold from the start of December. And in New York State, roughly 27% of 5 to 11-year-olds are vaccinated. Nationwide, that number falls to roughly 23%.
The vaccine is so much safer than getting the virus itself. And so giving your child the vaccine keeps them safer than letting them get infected with this virus without any immunity from a vaccine.
Hospitals typically see a rise in pediatric admissions this time of the year, but doctors say parents should take Omicron seriously. Doctors stress vaccinating children is the best way to prevent harm.
Well, still to come at 4, are you looking for work? Well, there's an app for that.
We'll find out more about this new tech that connects employers with potential employees when Live at 4 continues.
You're watching News 3 Now, live at 4.
Guys, if you're suffering from erectile dysfunction, Peak Performance for Men has a natural solution that can help you today. That's right. Stop wasting money on pills and inferior technology that hurts and just masks your ED. Fix it for good. The best part, our ED treatment is non-invasive, painless, and you can get back to your natural functionability after just a few short in-office sessions. Call us today and mention this ad and your initial consultation is free. We are Madison's trusted specialist and only national erectile dysfunction provider. Call Peak Performance for Men today.
Fixed. No charge.
Ah, that's my son. He always takes care of his mama.
Ooh, what's up with Granny's casserole?
It's for after your Uncle Joe's funeral. My brother didn't have a life insurance policy.
I hear there's a collection to help Aunt Adele.
Yeah, a funeral costs north of $9,000 these days. That's a hefty bill for family to pay if there's no life insurance check to help.
Wow. Makes you think, doesn't it?
Which reminds me, I've been meaning to tell you, I got that $9.95 plan from Colonial Penn. I'm on a fixed income, so price is important.
The life insurance on TV.
Just $9.95 a month to help you pay my funeral expenses. What about your family, son? You've got a wife and kids, and a grandson living with you now, too.
Maybe I should get the $9.95 plan, too. Thing is, this has been a rough year for my business, Ma. Money's tight. Still, for $9.95 a month, I don't have a good excuse, do I?
I'm Jonathan for Colonial Penn Life Insurance Company. If you're age 50 to 85, just $9.95 a month buys whole life insurance with guaranteed acceptance. You cannot be turned down for any health reason. There are no health questions. Guaranteed lifetime coverage. Your insurance can never be canceled. Just pay your premiums. Guaranteed lifetime rate lock. Your rate can never increase. It's locked in as soon as you're covered and stays the same for the rest of your life. With guarantees like these, it's no surprise the $9.95 plan is Colonial Penn's #1 most popular whole life insurance.
Now don't forget to wear your good suit tonight. And please call about the $9.95 plan today while it's on your mind, okay?
Call now for free information.
Call 1-800-505-7613 for free information and your free beneficiary planner. No obligation. 1-800-505-7613. That's 1-800-505-7613. Call now.
In winter, you add an extra layer when you head outside. This year, you can do the same thing inside, too. A COVID booster makes your protection stronger, even against Delta and Omicron. So if you're vaccinated and 16 or older, give yourself an extra layer of protection in crowded stores, restaurants, wherever. Right when you need it most.
Welcome back, everyone. Here is a live look at conditions right now in Wisconsin Dells. You can see a couple of trucks have slid off the road. I think that's I-90-94 in the Dells. It's 32 degrees right now in Madison. Things are getting slippery tonight.
Yeah, that's the dangerous part. We can get a little sleet mixed in with that, so be careful out there. The Badger football team escaped the snow and is in the desert this week. They're preparing to take on Arizona State Thursday in the Las Vegas Bowl.
It's also a chance for fans and families to escape and to cheer on Bucky. Our Lane Kimball is in Las Vegas, and he caught up with some of those fans.
Las Vegas can be a place of sensory overload. So much to see, so much to do. But for Badger fans we talked with today, only one thing really matters: experiencing it all with family. Families like Dale and Liz Langer. Liz was easy to spot in her Badgers shirt, mask, and shoes. Langers are staying at the Mandalay Bay, where the football team is staying too. They say that means plenty of fans in the lobby, hallways, and casinos to unite with. But they are here to primarily see their son, Nolan. He's a freshman trombone player in the Badger band.
With the band being off the last couple years with COVID, it's really awesome. They can get out and about again.
That Badgers band is performing at a pep rally tomorrow at the Virgin Hotel. We will check that out, and of course, much more in the days leading up to the bowl. Covering the Badgers in Las Vegas, Lane Kimball, News 3 Now.
All right, Lane, thank you.
Good job.
We'll see you at 5. The Home Depot has announced it is enhancing its military discount benefit.
The retailer announced the new policy today. U.S. veterans, active service members, and spouses who pre-register for the benefit on the app will receive a 10% discount on their purchases in stores and online. The 10% military discount was only available in physical Home Depot stores, and spouses were not eligible. In order to receive the benefit on digital purchases, recipients must register for it on Home Depot's app. The company says it employs more than 35,000 veterans and military spouses.
More than 2,000 flights have been canceled worldwide today due to the Omicron variant surge. That is according to the tracking website FlightAware. At least 600 flights were within, into, or out of the U.S., and more than 2,000 flights have been delayed globally. That's since Christmas Eve. Over 9,000 flights have been canceled. That's according to FlightAware.
Well, you probably noticed gas is getting cheaper, but will that trend continue? Gas Buddy doesn't think so. The gas price tracking tech company is forecasting prices at the pump will go up next year. It's predicting the national average will rise to $3.41 a gallon from this year's average of $3.02. Gas Buddy believes prices will peak in May at the average of $3.79. The company is basing its forecast on low oil production from OPEC and refinery closures due to COVID.
Well, someone could kick off the new year as a multi-millionaire. The Powerball has hit its third highest jackpot of the year. There were no winners last night. That means the estimated jackpot increases to $441 million for tomorrow night's drawing.
Well, stocks were mixed on Wall Street as investors mull over the rising Omicron numbers. The Dow Industrials gained at 95 points, closing at 36,398. The Nasdaq dropped 89 points, and the S&P 500 was off almost 5. Well, an app is helping solve some of the pandemic-induced labor shortages, especially during the holidays.
It connects daily workers with employers. Carter Evans shows us how it works.
So this is one of our most popular gifts.
At Lula's Garden in Los Angeles, 'tis the season for succulents. But CEO Laraz Birnbaum says getting holiday help during the pandemic worker shortage is a challenge.
Have you hired any people that haven't shown up and things like that? Or
Definitely.
So instead of placing a want ad, she orders InstaWorkers on an app.
And you have a worker show up the next morning?
Workers show up the next morning.
Do you have to send them a paycheck?
No, that's the best part. Once you put the credit card on the app, it's just charged automatically.
Every worker has a schedule, right, that meets their needs, and that schedule can change from week to week.
Samir Begani co-founded InstaWork in 2016.
We're economic opportunity at the touch of a button. A worker can create a profile, get to work within a day.
And when COVID hit last year, business took off.
The whole workforce changed how they work during the pandemic. They're not just looking for better jobs or higher pay. They're looking for more flexible work.
That appealed to Chester Lemon, who lost his job during the pandemic. Now he has a selection of shifts and pay.
Now I can comfortably say I am my own boss.
How's that feel?
It's a good feeling.
One day he's working at a clothing designer warehouse, and the next he's working a concert.
I did BTS this past weekend.
And the best part for him, getting paid immediately. With more than 1.5 million workers in 25 U.S. cities, the company can also provide real-time economic insight. Just since April of this year, wages on the app are up an average of 20%.
We found that about half of our professionals aren't willing to work for less than $15 an hour.
Like most Insta workers, Chester Lemon is an independent contractor with no benefits or overtime.
Do you ever see yourself having a regular 9-to-5 job again at one place?
It's going to be hard right now because I've gotten so used to this now. When you know you can just make money tonight, tomorrow, anytime you feel like it.
For now, the job flexibility is priceless. Carter Evans, CBS News, Los Angeles.
InstaWork charges employers a commission, but the workers pay nothing.
Great idea.
Yeah, it is a great idea.
Well, we're just about ready to call it a year for 2021, and what a year it's been.
We'll take a look back at the national news that made headlines this past year, coming up after Dana's First Warn forecast.
Stop whitening your smile the old-fashioned way with strips and trays that can take 30 minutes to an hour. I'm Jonathan Greenhut, the CEO of Power Swabs. When I met Dr. Ginniker and he introduced me to Power Swabs and I saw how effective they were and how easy they were to use, I knew we had to share it with the world. Power Swabs was clinically studied to whiten natural teeth as well as stain caps, crowns, and veneers. It's so effective, it works on stains caused by coffee, tea, red wine, and even smoking. For those of you who have that one stained tooth that's darker than the rest, Power Swabs can target that area using swab precision.
I really love the fact that you're able to go individually on each tooth and make sure that it's going to be wider.
So this New Year's, if you have yellowing between your teeth or coffee stains near your gum line, just snap, swab, and smile. And each 5-minute application, you'll see whiter teeth. So stop whitening your smile the old-fashioned way with strips and trays that can take 30 minutes or an hour, and start using the Power Swabs 5-minute solution. Just snap, swab, and smile.
After just 7 days, the results were awesome. Power Swabs was easy to use every day, and each day I could see it better and better, and from beginning to end, it's definitely whiter. They look clean, they feel clean, and people have made comments about it, which is nice.
Call for your 5-minute solution to whiter teeth. This new year, order Power Swabs and receive up to 40% off the retail price. Get a free Power Swabs Quick Stick pen with your order. The Quick Stick pen is your on-the-go solution to help prevent stains from adhering to your teeth after drinking coffee, tea, or even after smoking. And in addition to saving up to 40% on your purchase and your free Quick Stick pen, get free shipping by ordering now. Dial the number on your screen or visit powerswabs.com today.
New year, new shape.
Oh my gosh, I'm so happy. I just put this dress on that I haven't worn in over 10 years.
New confidence.
I can see a huge difference. Look at this.
New you.
I can wear a little black dress. I feel sexy.
You deserve to do something for yourself this year. And with Sono Bello, you can remove stubborn body fat permanently in just one visit.
Schedule your free, no-obligation consultation with Sono Bello, America's #1 cosmetic surgery specialist, and find out how you can get $250 off with our New Year exclusive offer. Sono Bello uses Tri-Sculpt micro-laser liposuction to remove your diet-resistant fat cells permanently for incredible transformations in just one visit.
I have one big regret. I didn't go sooner.
Call 1-888-622-8360 or go to sonobello.com.
Well, take a look at this. Nothing but net. This Washington, D.C. teacher went viral after she sank a full-court basketball shot and made it look easy. Kathleen Fitzpatrick, known as Ms. Fitz, promised her third-grade class a hot chocolate party if she made the shot. When it went in, the kids went crazy, and so did people around the world. Fitzpatrick says she's heard from people in Germany, Spain, even the United Kingdom. Ms. Fitz has been playing basketball most of her life, including college. She says she can't wait to hear other bet ideas from her students when they return from break.
This is a teacher. These kids will remember the rest of their lives.
Yeah. Ms. Fitz.
Oh, that's incredible.
Here it is one more time. Nothing but
Sweet. And the crowd goes wild. Yeah.
Dane is here now, keeping an eye on the weather. Snow wrapping up to the west of us.
Off to the west, far to the west. The very edge of Grant County and Crawford County, starting to see things pull back just a little bit, but we're still in for at least a few more hours for most of southern Wisconsin as this is slowly tapering off. Here's a look at our visibility right now. I won't even say it's a look at downtown. Not so great. We'll take a look at your full forecast right after the break.
About $100 off a complete pair, frame and lenses. Wisconsin Vision. See more life.
Stop whitening your smile the old-fashioned way with strips and trays that could take 30 minutes to an hour. I'm David Cohen, the COO of Love Your Teeth. When we did the clinical study and saw that it whitened people's smile 7 shades in 7 days with only 10-minute applications, we knew we had to share it with the world. Love Your Teeth whitens natural teeth, as well as stains on caps and veneers. It's so effective, it works on stains caused by coffee, tea, red wine, and even smoking. And for those of you who have that one stained tooth that's darker than the rest, with Love Your Teeth, you can target that area using swab precision.
I love red wine, tea, coffee, and I typically get stains at like the bottom part of my teeth, and it's very obvious. This was my smile before I started using Love Your Teeth, and then here's my smile now.
I would describe Love Your Teeth as easy to use. I'm so happy with results. Before I started Love Your Teeth, I took a selfie. So white, so different.
If you have yellowing between your teeth or coffee stains near your gum line, just snap, swab, and smile. And with each 10-minute application, you'll see whiter teeth.
I'm Dr. Gold. I've been a dentist for 25 years. When I looked at the clinical study for Love Your Teeth, I was blown away by the results. Love Your Teeth really works. Finally, an at-home teeth whitening product that I can recommend with confidence.
With Love Your Teeth, my teeth were looking great. Like, I would just wake up every day like, oh my God, my teeth are getting whiter. It was just amazing for me. I saw a difference every single day. I'm just so confident in the way that my smile looks.
In the past, while I was using other teeth whitening products, my teeth became sensitive, and that's just uncomfortable. With Love Your Teeth, something that I really loved about it is there was zero sensitivity the entire process.
Order Love Your Teeth this new year and get 50% off, plus get free shipping. And as an added bonus, get a free Love Your Teeth Go Pen with your order. Visit loveyourteeth.com or call the number on your screen.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
already taken several camera shots of folks not remaining on the roads in their vehicles. So here's just another friendly reminder. Please drive slow, because just because you have a four-wheel drive vehicle, that doesn't necessarily mean that you have a four-wheel drive stop available in your car. It's not really an option for us. So please give plenty of space for your vehicle to stop, come to a complete and full stop as you're approaching any other vehicles or any stoplights or any stop signs. We still have light snow coming down right now out on the patio, measuring at about 1.5 inches for us in Madison. It's still pretty steady though, so I wouldn't be surprised if we add on a little more accumulation over the next, again, 1 to 2 hours before this completely wraps up for us. That light snow already coming to an end to the very edge of Crawford and Grant counties. Everything else is pulling off to the east. Once we get closer to about 7, 8 o'clock, the snow completely out of Dane County, again pulling further away. Skies still mostly cloudy, and things really wrapping up at least by midnight. Temperatures overnight dropping to the mid to upper teens, so a cool start to the day. Afternoon high temperatures staying a little on the chillier side. We'll expect the highs landing in the mid to low 20s with a small chance for some light snow showers to build back in for us late in the day on Wednesday. Trending right now mainly south of Madison for that scattered snow and flurries. For Thursday morning, temperatures in the teens, so we're really feeling like winter to wrap up our December. We do have winter weather advisories in effect for this evening throughout southern Wisconsin. The end times for this kind of staggered across the state as that snow does move off to the east. So an alert day still in the forecast for tonight. We also have alert days in the forecast for Saturday and Sunday, because right now Saturday, New Year's Day, looks like it will bring some light snowfall for us for most of the day. Notice temperatures in the teens for afternoon highs. Sunday, not expecting any snowfall still coming down, but it's going to be quite cold outside on Sunday. Temperatures early in the day right close to zero for us for most of southern Wisconsin, if not just a little bit below zero. Afternoon high temperatures will struggle to get out of the teens, with wind chills staying below zero throughout the day. So we do have alert days in the forecast for New Year's Day Saturday and for Sunday. Saturday is going to be windy outside with that occasional snow. We're expecting a few inches of accumulation, and then Sunday quite cold outside. Certainly our coldest day so far of the season, with wind chills staying below freezing throughout the day. High temperatures for tomorrow, at least close to 22. A partly sunny sky. It'll be colder outside early in the day with that light snow chance expected for us later on in the day. Mainly south of Madison right now, just looks like some light snow and flurries coming through. Some sunshine trying to come in for us for Thursday, Friday, New Year's Eve. Highs will be in the low 30s, overnight lows falling through the teens. So by the time we get close to midnight, landing at about 22. So in the low 20s near midnight. Saturday, light snow and windy outside. Sunday, quite cold with temperatures in the low teens for us on Sunday. Sunshine for Monday and Tuesday. And then temperature wise, as we look ahead to next week, the start of 2022, temperatures should start to be a little closer to average, at least by the end of next week, with some more rain or snow chances building back in.
Whoa, that's a high of 12 degrees on Sunday.
A high of 12 degrees.
Below zero, too.
And wind chills will stay below zero, so bundle up.
Remember when it was 68 degrees in December a couple weeks ago? Not anymore.
Not anymore. All right, Dana.
Thank you, Dana.
Well, in 2021, the country watched new variants hamper efforts to fight the coronavirus pandemic. Top athletes step away from competition, and billionaires race into space.
Michael George looks back at the year that was.
More people in the U.S. died from COVID-19 in 2021 than 2020, driven in part by the highly contagious Delta variant.
If you're not vaccinated, I'll tell you flat out, you're a fool.
Vaccines became widely available, but hesitancy remained. By mid-December, about 20% of eligible Americans still hadn't gotten a first shot.
I want to give my condolences to the Floyd family.
Former Minneapolis police officer Derek Chauvin was sentenced in June, months after a jury convicted him of the 2020 murder of George Floyd. During the trial, there was another police-involved killing of a black man in nearby Brooklyn Center, Minnesota.
Not guilty.
A Wisconsin jury found Kyle Rittenhouse not guilty for fatally shooting 2 men and wounding a third during a night of violent protests in Kenosha, Wisconsin.
I didn't do anything wrong. I defended myself.
2 weeks later, a jury in Georgia convicted 3 white men of murdering Ahmaud Arbery as he jogged through their neighborhood in 2020. In June, a condo building in Surfside, Florida partially collapsed, killing 98 people. And in November, 10 people died during a crowd stampede at Houston's Astroworld Music Festival. Later that month, a driver plowed his SUV through a Christmas parade in Waukesha, Wisconsin, killing 6 people. The nation once again reeled from mass shootings, including the deadly Atlanta area spa shootings that shed a light on hate crimes targeting Asian Americans, and a school shooting in Oxford, Michigan left 4 students dead. The alleged gunman and his parents are facing charges. From a crippling Arctic blast in Texas to massive wildfires out west to deadly tornadoes in the heartland, the U.S. faced more extreme weather. Hurricane Ida hit Louisiana as the most powerful storm since Katrina. Then its remnants brought flooding and destruction to the Northeast.
We just been fighting all morning.
The disappearance of 22-year-old Gabby Petito and manhunt for her fiancé Brian Laundrie gripped the nation. Autopsies revealed she was strangled. He died by suicide. Bill Cosby returned home from prison after Pennsylvania's Supreme Court threw out his 2018 sexual assault conviction. And a federal jury convicted R&B superstar R. Kelly of sex trafficking and racketeering after facing accusations for decades. New York Governor Andrew Cuomo resigned in August following a sexual harassment investigation. Tennis star Naomi Osaka and gymnast Simone Biles raised awareness about mental health issues in the sports world. And 2021 was out of this world for billionaires Jeff Bezos and Richard Branson as they raced into space. Along for the ride, Star Trek icon William Shatner.
It's extraordinary,
Who boldly went where no 90-year-old has ever gone before. Michael George, CBS News.
What a year it's been.
Exhausted just watching
I know. I can't believe it's almost over.
Yeah, 3 more days.
Yep.
Well, up next on Live at 4, wine in a box. Is it good? Consumer Reports editors try out some boxed wines and share their favorites just in time for the holidays.
And then coming up next hour at 5, private plow companies are responding to the late season. We'll see how they're adjusting this year. Coming up at 5.
Chevy is taking people lots of places this holiday.
We're going swimming.
We're going to find the perfect tree.
We're going to Nana.
Let your Chevy dealer take you there with Chevy Red Tags, where the price you see is the price you pay.
Happy holidays from Chevy.
Find new places, find new roads. Or find your Red Tag and you may qualify for $500 bonus cash on all Silverado Crew Cab pickups. That's on top of most other offers. New models are arriving weekly. Secure yours today. Find new roads at your local Chevy dealer.
Oh my gosh. Wow. Who am I?
Wow, is that really me?
Hi, I'm Annette, and I'm an actress. Under eye bags and wrinkles are so frustrating. They're so hard to hide and so hard to get rid of. I came across Plexiderm, and I was so excited. We have a model. His name is Richie, and all he's doing is taking a small amount. It's so powerful. That's all it takes.
This new year, in just 10 minutes, you'll look incredible.
This is something that you can do in the convenience of your own home. It's a cream. It's a topical. It literally creates an invisible layer that tightens the skin and smooths it out. All you do is gently rub it underneath your eyes, on your fine lines and wrinkles, and it visibly disappears in as little as 10 minutes.
My real true opinion is holy words I can't say on camera. This is absolutely unbelievable. I mean, I could feel it just lifting my skin. It was amazing. It feels good. Feels great. Looks even better.
I can't even believe that this worked. I was a little skeptical, I am not going to lie, because I saw people online with it, and I'm like, yeah, right, that can't possibly work. I'm telling you, it really works.
I thought I might see a little difference, but to see that big of a difference, and I felt something happening, but I had no idea. Like, I have so many dark circles, I have the puffiness, I have the lines. Like, it's amazing. I love it. I did this to my father at home because I was skeptical. Yes, I admit it. 4 minutes, 34 seconds. The appearance of his under eye bag was completely gone. We were screaming. You have an event, you have any of those moments where you want to feel the best about yourself. I am telling you, the videos that you see on social media and TV are real.
This new year is the best time to get Plexiderm for only $14.95 and see it work for yourself after your first application. Your solution is at plexidermtrial.com or call the number on your screen.
Cold winds, ice, snowy, slippery conditions. Be prepared for winter weather. Trust the News 3 Now First Warn Weather Team to give you clear, timely, and accurate info. So when severe winter weather is coming, you'll have plenty of time to plan your life, keeping you safe and ahead of the storms. Your certified most accurate team, First Warn Weather, only on News 3 Now.
Here's a live look at the Beltline. Things moving along. Just take it slow. Brady Mallory's out with
Kobe McDonald.
He's driving, so just take it easy. Traffic's moving along. Well, boxed wines may get a bad rap, but does a glass bottle make a difference in taste?
Consumer Reports editors had a tough assignment recently, pouring, swirling, and sipping 11 different boxed wines.
Leah Linscheid has some tasty and budget-friendly picks for all of your festivities this season.
I'm not a wine snob.
Wine and spirit shop owner Cindy Coker says there's no need to turn your nose up at boxed wine.
It's delicious, it's convenient, and it has a handle.
Boxed wine can be about half as expensive as wine in a bottle, which makes it a smart choice for parties.
That's Consumer Reports' Angela Lashbrook. She just evaluated 11 different boxed wines. CR's testers brushed up on their tasting skills, spoke to industry experts, hosted wine tastings in their homes, and smelled and sipped their way through a variety of wines.
So we looked for how rich and fragrant the wine was before tasting. Then we wrote down any flavors we noticed, as well as how balanced the wine was, how complex it was, brightness and depth. We also took note of the wine's finish.
As with any respectable wine tasting, there were some disagreements.
My personal favorite was actually the one that nobody else liked, which was the Jenny and Francois Chardonnay.
Many tasters found this Chardonnay sharp and almost metallic. However, Angela says if you prefer minerally dry wines, it might be worth a try. More often, the tasters enjoyed the wines and said they would buy them. Among the favorites, this Beaujolais from Wineberry. Its pretty packaging is perfect for a party. Equally favored, this light-bodied Pinot Noir from Black Box, which one reviewer described as tasting fancy. Black Box also earned a Best White Wine pick with this Sauvignon Blanc. Its notes of grapefruit, tropical fruits, and green apple will appeal to almost any casual wine drinker, making it a great choice for a party. For News 3 Now, this is Leah Linscheid. Happy holidays.
And in addition to costing less than most bottled wines, Consumer Reports says there are plenty more reasons to enjoy a box of wine.
Yeah, once open, they can last longer than bottled wines, which means your leftovers won't go to waste after the party's over.
And they have handles, as she said. Yes, that's a perk.
A surging variant, the holidays, a lack of tests, another week, another visit from UW's Dr. Jeff Potoff.
He's here with all of the latest COVID information. We'll talk about that when Live at 4 continues.
Don't miss the Smith Brothers factory-authorized New Year's sale on now at Waunakee Furniture ETC. Select from many styles on our showroom floor or custom order the Amish-crafted furniture that's right for you.
Happy New Year!
Fixed. No charge.
Ah, that's my son. He always takes care of his mama.
Ooh, what's up with Granny's casserole?
It's for after your Uncle Joe's funeral. My brother didn't have a life insurance policy.
I hear there's a collection to help Aunt Adele.
Yeah, a funeral costs north of $9,000 these days. That's a hefty bill for family to pay if there's no life insurance check to help.
Wow. Makes you think, doesn't it?
Which reminds me, I've been meaning to tell you, I got that $9.95 plan from Colonial Penn. I'm on a fixed income, so price is important.
The life insurance on TV.
Just $9.95 a month to help you pay my funeral expenses. What about your family, son? You've got a wife and kids, and a grandson living with you now, too.
Maybe I should get the $9.95 plan, too. Thing is, this has been a rough year for my business, Ma. Money's tight. Still, for $9.95 a month, I don't have a good excuse, do I?
I'm Jonathan for Colonial Penn Life Insurance Company. If you're age 50 to 85, just $9.95 a month buys whole life insurance with guaranteed acceptance. You cannot be turned down for any health reason. There are no health questions. Guaranteed lifetime coverage. Your insurance can never be canceled. Just pay your premiums. Guaranteed lifetime rate lock. Your rate can never increase. It's locked in as soon as you're covered and stays the same for the rest of your life. With guarantees like these, it's no surprise the $9.95 plan is Colonial Penn's #1 most popular whole life insurance.
Now don't forget, wear your good suit tonight. And please call about the $9.95 plan today while it's on your mind, okay?
Call now for free information.
Call 1-800-505-7613 for free information and your free beneficiary planner. No obligation. 1-800-505-7613. That's 1-800-505-7613. Call now.
Welcome to the lifestyles of the smart and savvy. Today, the Coopers are a cost-conscious couple. But back in the day, not so much. Now, saving is more their style, which is why they chose Consumer Cellular. They get the same premium coverage as the nation's leading carriers for half the cost. Imagine talk, text, and data starting at $20 a month. And award-winning customer service. Switch to Consumer Cellular today and get $100.
Don't miss the Smith Brothers Factory Authorized New Year sale on now at Wanakee Furniture ETC. Select from many styles on our showroom floor or custom order the Amish crafted furniture that's right for you.
Happy New Year!
Welcome back, everyone. Right now, we are seeing significant delays throughout southern Wisconsin. Pretty much everything, east, westbound, north, southbound, stretching throughout most of our area. In fact, let's just take a little closer look here at downtown Madison. Also looking at the Beltline there, close to Fish Hatchery Road, speeds eastbound down to the teens for some areas. It looks like closer to about 36 miles per hour for Fish Hatch. So certainly moving, but at quite a delay. Further north, we are seeing a little steadier snowfall. So looking at 39 and 90 up towards, or 90 towards Camp Douglas, and 39 stretching closer to the Dells and Partyville. We are again seeing those significant delays. Same goes for Rock County right now. Not as much of a delay for us for downtown Janesville, though, but we're continuing to keep a very close eye on those road conditions.
Go slow. All right, you think our snowfall is something? Well, look at this incredible video of a Russian avalanche rolling down the mountain and up and over the trees. This is one of 6 avalanches forcibly launched in the area to help reopen roads to skiers and climbers. As the wall of snow keeps coming, you see it swallowed 2 people on the ground below. Everyone's fine, but this powerful planned deluge of powder caused a complete whiteout.
Wow,
try dropping
to see that. Yeah.
Well, people are not being hospitalized with the Omicron variant at the same rate as other strains, but cases are shooting up.
Over 200,000 daily cases is just shy of a record set for the entirety of this pandemic.
And a significant announcement from the CDC changing course on isolation guidelines. UW Health Chief Quality Officer Dr. Jackpot is back with us. Lots to talk about today.
Good to see you.
Yeah, never a dull moment.
Let's talk about the surging numbers first of all.
Yeah.
How bad is it?
You know, it's not great right now. We are seeing a surge in numbers. Omicron is probably part of that. There's still Delta left over. And what it's really doing is putting a significant strain on hospital capacity. I think, as everyone knows, we're, limiting those non-urgent, non-emergent procedures. We're really trying to spread those staff around. We're changing the hospital venting systems to accommodate all the patients. And despite all those efforts, the circumstances right now here in the state are just stacked against us. And we're worried about what that will mean in a week or two as far as will people be able to access health care if they need it, if things continue on the current trajectory.
The hospital is near capacity, I understand.
I would say it's at capacity. I mean, we have folks that call us that want to send their patient to us because they can't take care of it. And despite our best efforts, we have to say no. And, in the past, if we said no, it was just for a few hours. Nowadays, we just aren't finding that room, same day, sometimes not even the next day.
Have you admitted any patient into the ICU that has been vaccinated?
So I have not admitted a patient to the ICU that's vaccinated. I do know that it happens, but when that happens, there's always an asterisk on that patient, and it's usually someone who's profoundly immunocompromised. We do a lot of transplant care at UW, some pretty high-end chemotherapy for cancers. Those folks, when they got vaccinated, knew that it was kind of a hope that they would actually develop an immune response, and for some of them they didn't, and they are at risk almost as if they were unvaccinated.
The CDC's new guidelines shortens the isolation period from 10 days to 5 days if you are not showing any symptoms. And it was driven in part to cut down on staffing shortages. The airline industry was one industry that pushed hard for this. Will it still protect public health to shorten that isolation window?
I think the CDC recommendation, when you look at the pure science of it, I see where they have come from. So the data currently suggests that you're most infectious 2 days before symptoms to 3 days after symptoms. So if you take that and you say, okay, well, 5 days out, you might be okay, that's true. But unlike the 10-day guidance, where most folks have cleared it by 10 days, days, there are a fair number of people who will not have cleared the virus by day number 5. It's true that they'll have symptoms, but I think the confusion comes from saying asymptomatic. I might say, well, I had a fever and cough, but on day 5, I only have a runny nose. Am I good to go? And if you say yes, you're likely still spreading that virus. So I think it's trickier with the current recommendations. I would like to have seen more emphasis on that testing requirement. If you're 5 days out, you have no symptoms, and you can't make an antigen test positive, I feel pretty good about you being out in public with a mask on. But if you're 5 days out, you think you're good, and you test positive on that antigen test, it's a no-go. You got to wait a little bit longer.
So they're not requiring the test to go back?
They just suggest it, but they're not mandating it.
That's troubling.
A little bit.
So, given the infectiousness of Omicron, do you think people should rethink their New Year's Eve plans this year?
Yeah, I think with Omicron out there, you really have to think about what is your risk. So, you know, on the positive side, if you're fully vaccinated and you're boosted, I think we're going to hear more about fully vaccinated, meaning boosted. You know that the group that you're gathering with is boosted. And I would add on, and you've all recently tested negative on a rapid test. That's actually pretty low risk. I wouldn't have a problem with folks having a New Year's celebration in that environment. But if you don't know the vaccination status, and some of the folks you're going to gather with are maybe unvaccinated, now you've created an environment where that risk is just too high, and you can't do that.
Can people actually redefine the definition of fully vaccinated to mean three shots?
I think you'll see it. It hasn't happened yet, but I think you're going to see it in the next month or so, that fully vaccinated will mean 2 doses, and if eligible, a booster.
And they're looking at a 4th dose in Israel.
Yeah, Israel's a little bit ahead of the game. I don't know about that yet. I think, you know, we haven't had enough time to understand what's the durability of that booster dose. And with some vaccines, the durability is much better. It's not guaranteed that every 6 months you're going to need a booster. That 3rd dose might last a bit longer, but I'd say for the most part, Israel has been a little bit quicker to the gun on these things. It might not be harmful, but it might be wasting some doses if it's not adding additional protection.
Well, here's to 2022.
Yeah, right.
We need so much more time with you, but luckily we get to talk to Dr. Pradoff every week. We are so thankful for you.
Have a happy and safe New Year.
Yeah, happy New Year.
We'll see you next week.
Thanks, guys.
We'll have a final check of your forecast coming up.
About $100 off a complete pair, frame and lenses. Wisconsin Vision. See more life.
For me like that different man with the ball. You're having a ball.
Let's go. 1, 2, 1, 2. I'm coming through. It's Big Snoop Dogg with the red, white, and blue. Yes, indeed. You know we don't fake. Globetrotters coming with the Harlem Shake. We get to it and do it. Get things right. Shooting them hoops and making baskets all right.
Don't miss the Globetrotters in Madison on January 2nd. Go to HarlemGlobetrotters.com.
On my travels across the country, I came across this house with water dripping from the ceiling. You never know when something like this will happen. So let the Geico Insurance Agency help you with homeowners insurance and protect yourself from things like fire, theft, or in this case, water damage. Now, if I had to guess, I'd say somewhere upstairs there's a broken pipe.
Geico. Save even more when you bundle home and car insurance at geico.com.
Had enough? No. Arthritis. Here. Aspercream arthritis. Huh. Full prescription strength. Reduces inflammation. Thank the gods. Don't thank them too soon.
Kick pain in the Aspercream. News 3 Now's Call for Action has settled hundreds of area consumer disputes, but we can't do it without our dedicated team of volunteers. Would you like to join us? Contact Call for Action by phone or visit channel3000.com to fill out an application now. Wisconsin Politics 2021.
What genuinely surprised you this year?
News 3 Now's Naomi Coles leads a panel of state political journalists to help make sense of a chaotic year and preview what's to come in 2022, starting Wednesday at 6.
Here's a look at our Doppler track over the last few hours. We've had some steady snowfall, of course, traveling through most of Wisconsin, but it is breaking up. Now we look to the western portion of our area, Grant County, Crawford. It looks like Richland Center seeing a bit of the break in the snow right now, but still quite steady for us in Madison. Gary just went outside to measure.
And we are seeing, we're at about 2.5 inches for us on the backyard patio on the southwest side of Madison. We do have winter weather advisories still in effect throughout southern Wisconsin this evening. An alert day in the forecast for tonight and another alert day in the forecast as we look ahead to the weekend. But Gary will have more details on that coming up during the 5. Right now, we'll be right back.
It sounds to me like that different man with the ball. Sure has himself a ball.
Let's go. 1, 2, 1, 2. I'm coming through. It's Big Snoop Dogg with the red, white, and blue. Yes, indeed. You know we don't fake. Globetrotters coming with the Harlem shake. We get to it and do it. Get things right. Shooting them hoops and making baskets all right.
Don't miss the Globetrotters in Madison on January 2nd. Go to harlemglobetrotters.com.
If your credit card debt is out of control, if you're in over your head in monthly payments, there's a secret the credit card companies don't want you to know. If you have more than $10,000 in credit card debt, you have the right to let us settle that debt for a fraction of what you owe. That's bad news for the credit card companies, but it's great news for you. We're Credit Associates, and we're offering you free information on how to completely resolve your credit card debt with a monthly payment you can afford. To see how much you could save, call now. 1-800-914-6947. Don't declare bankruptcy. Don't consolidate. Give us 10 minutes and we could save you thousands. After all, we depend on your success and offer a guarantee so there's no risk to call. Credit Associates. Live better, debt-free. We'll even show you how to use your stimulus money to jumpstart our services and get you debt-free faster than you ever thought possible. Call Credit Associates now to see how much you could save for free. Call 1-800-914-6947.
Are you okay?
Oh, it's just a cold. If you have high blood pressure, a cold is not just a cold. Unlike other cold medicines, Coracetin provides powerful cold relief without raising your blood pressure. Be there for life's best moments with Coracetin, now in sugar-free liquid.
Had enough? No. Arthritis. Here. Aspercream arthritis. Huh. Full prescription strength. Reduces inflammation. Thank the gods. Don't thank them too soon.
Kick pain in the Aspercream. When the hands that do the fixing need fixing. When the hands that do the caring need caring. That's a job for O'Keeffe's Working Hands. It's America's #1 selling hand cream and guaranteed relief for extremely dry, cracked hands. Also available in O'Keeffe's for healthy feet.
Reynolds Wrap makes this whole cooking and cleanup thing so easy. Speeds up this so I can get to them.
Easy prep, cook, and clean with Reynolds Wrap.
In today's Final Touch, forget flying cars. We have a train bus.
Yes, it's a dual-mode bus and rail vehicle. It runs on both roads and rail tracks. It went into operation in Japan over the weekend. The DMV, or dual-mode vehicle, which resembles a minibus, runs on normal rubber tires when moving on conventional roads. As it arrives at an interchange station, steel wheels descend from the underbelly of the vehicle onto the rail track to begin transforming it into a train carriage.